All right, let's now talk about changing the tempo or the speed. You can change the overall speed of a project from this slider right here where it says rate. Right now it says rate is 1.0, which just means that that's the normal rate. There's no change. Now if you right click, if you put your cursor right on that little bar and you right click, you'll see that there's an option to preserve the pitch in audio items when changing master play rate. That means that if you have this checked, when you change the speed, and let's say we go to 2, if I can get it to be to 2, the sound will play back twice as fast. But as you can see, there's not really any change that you see. What's actually changing is just the play.
The easiest, most convenient way to lend in these dimes.
The rate at which it's playing back. Now, if you uncheck that, you'll hear it go twice as fast, but the frequencies will also all be doubled.
The easiest, most convenient way to lend in these dimes.
Which is the way it normally is supposed to be. If you, let's say, if you're actually doubling the speed of a sound file, you'll get as a result something that sounds an octave higher. Everything will be transposed up. But modern DAWs have the built-in algorithms that allow you to manage that, so that you can actually change the tempo without changing the pitch. But it's a lot of fun to actually play around with just being able to change the pitch with it, so that you get these kind of funny sounds. You can, if you lower it a good bit, you get. And of course that won't happen if you do that. Now this is what happens when you change the overall rate, and that's one thing. Now by the way, in any of these sliders or knobs, when you double click the handle, it'll go back to its default position. So if I have the panning knob all the way to the right and I double click on it, it'll jump back to the middle, which is kind of nice. Now let's talk about changing individual regions and tempo in the individual regions, which you can obviously do as well. You can select a region, right click, item properties, and right here you can change the playback rate for that particular region. So you can once again tell it whether you want to preserve the pitch, but in this case we're not going to. Let's say we do it 4 times faster. Oh, let's do 3. Why not? Now when I click OK, I want you to take a look at this region and see what happens. Because remember, now this is going to become a shorter, it's going to be playing back faster, but only this. So what happens now is the waveform has actually changed shape. And the reason for that is that what it did is, because it ran out of space, it maintains the length of the region, but it starts to draw from the original sound file. And let me show you what that means a little better. So let's say this is my original sound file right here. And I go here and I cut the sound. And then I take this and I copy it and paste it underneath. And let's say that I decide that all of a sudden I want to extend this region. What's going to happen is it's going to run out of sound file. So what it'll do is it'll start to draw from the original. So that's it. So that's what's happening here. Because the region is too long for the sound to fit, you would actually have to do this. There's also another thing that you can do to reduce the size of the region and fix the size. And we'll talk about that in a later video. So if I play this back now, it'll sound 4 times as fast. And of course you can do that the other way around. Now once again, you can change the tempo, the playback rate, while preserving the pitch, in which case if I do the same thing, it'll still play back faster, but it'll play back with the, that was kind of quiet. Oh, it's quiet, of course, because we normalized it. But the actual tone of the voice will remain the same.